One of the things that I love about what I do, how I do it, is the variety of women in a variety of different expertises that I get to work with. Because of the frameworks that I utilize, the strategies that I teach, I'm not tied to one specific niche. It spans across a variety of coaches, a variety of mentors, a variety of business styles. And while the strategies and the frameworks remain largely the same across the board, implementation looks different for each type of business, for each type of service. This is a big reason I offer the level of support that I offer in my programs, because to learn strategies is one thing. You can keep collecting strategies, you can keep collecting courses and programs and PDFs and all of the things and get really frustrated because you've collected all of these things that were supposed to be the best way. You've collected all these things that everyone said, this is the way, this is the one way that I made, six figures, multi-six figures, whatever that is, this is the thing you need to do. And the problem is, and most people don't realize this, is there's multiple strategies and multiple ways to be successful. There's not just one way. The thing is, you have to pick one way and get really good at implementing it. For one business, it might be great for them to have a full product suite, meaning they have a low ticket, a mid ticket, a high ticket, and they funnel people through coming in and getting exposure through their low ticket, and then they purchase their mid ticket, and then they purchase their high ticket. But for another business, it might be a huge disservice for them to actually create a low ticket item. So for this type of business, this might actually create more distrust with their buyer in the buyer journey, because if someone purchases a low ticket item with the expectation that they're going to achieve something and then they can't because there wasn't enough in it to create that lower ticket price, they had to take away support, they had to take away the value to make it low ticket. So now your client can't actually achieve what they expected to achieve with that low ticket. That client is never going to upgrade because they're disappointed in what they purchased from you. So if you create a low ticket item thinking, oh, well, this will kind of like whet their palate and it'll get them started, but then they'll want to achieve more and they'll upgrade. No one ever upgrades because they're disappointed in something they purchased from you. They upgrade because they are blown away with what you provided them for that price. They're so incredibly happy with the service, with the value, with the knowledge that they got from that item that they want more. If this is what you provided at this level, I can only imagine what I'm going to achieve at the next level. So if you can't provide that at a low ticket price, if you can't provide that level of value, and this doesn't have to be your full transformation. This depends on how you market that low ticket, what the expected achievement is. Obviously, you're not going to have the expected achievement be the same for your low ticket as it is going to be for your high ticket, because there's just no way. You should be able to achieve more in a high ticket program. So that expectation needs to be much lower or completely different. As long as that client knows what is expected out of that low ticket item and you blow their minds, they achieve what they expected to achieve. That's when that series of products works, because now they want your mid ticket, then they want your high ticket. Now, another reason that I may not set up the same flow of offer suite for a client is if they are brand new, if they're just getting used to selling on social media. It's always best to start with your focus on selling one offer, one style of what you do, and get really, really, really good at selling that. As you're learning marketing and you're learning content creation and you're discovering the buyer journey for your specific business, if you're spreading yourself across multiple offers, it makes it more difficult. Now, do not get me wrong. With most clients, we set up and develop multiple offers while they're with me. Why? Because I want to work through that process with them. It doesn't mean that we're selling all of them, but we're going to develop where we see long-term the vision going for the business. And there are certain situations where, yes, you want to offer multiple right off the bat. But again, this goes back to there not being just one way that is the best way for every single person in every single business and every single situation to do things. It depends on what you're offering. It depends on who your dream clients are. And it also depends on your specific goals and what you want to achieve within your business. How you develop your offers, how you optimize them determines, and I talk about this all the time, what your life looks like as a business owner. So what someone else did doesn't necessarily mean that it's best for you, because your goals might be different. They might be fine with working all day long. Or they might be like, you know what? I am totally fine with never working with a client. I'd rather just sell something passive. Where you're like, you know what? I want my clients to get the absolute best result. I don't mind actually putting the work in and the time in to do more of a service rather than a passive product, and be able to achieve more recurring income in my business based off of payment plans. Everyone's goal is different. There's not one right way. As long as your clients are getting the results that they expect and you are achieving your goals, everyone's going to be happy. And this is why implementation is way, way more complicated than just strategy. Just figuring out the what to do. Figuring out how to do it is way more complicated. And that's where having someone to hold your hand through the process, to guide you, to be an outside perspective and look at what you're doing and say, you know what, if you go this way, this is the result. Versus if we tweak this and change it, it's going to have this different result. So if you find yourself looking at what you've been doing and it's not working, it's not giving you the results that you want, and you've been trying all the things because it's worked for other people, it's time to stop watching what other people are doing and implementing it in the same way. You need to look at what you need to do specifically. What does your dream client need to see, need to hear? What do you need to put into place? What do you need to create in order to give you the lifestyle? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't observe people that are successful, because that is one of the best ways to learn, is to work with people who've been successful, to watch and observe people. But you need to understand that strategies are just strategies until you actually implement them. That's when you get results. How you move forward and actually implement those strategies, how you customize them to your business, to your goals, that's what determines whether or not you get results. This is why you can see people across different niches, across, different service providers who have all of these different strategies and claim that it is the way, this is the way to do it because it's worked for them. It probably has worked for them, and it probably has worked for a lot of people, because it's how you implement that and how consistent you are that determines whether or not it works for you.